When you were in school, did you ever feel like something wasn't right with your teachers, or maybe the principal, or I don't know, what have you, the adults around your high school? Well, it's been 25 years since this film came out that really made these teenagers feel like there was something happening with their teachers and what have you. Made them believe that they are from another planet. Here's my review of The Faculty. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is DuVall, better known to you as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a review of the 1998 sci-fi horror flick The Faculty, released by Dimension Films, directed and edited by Robert Rodriguez, with a screenplay by Kevin Williamson, starring a big all-star cast that includes Jordanna Brewster, Clea DuVall, Laura Harris, Josh Hartnett, Sean Hatosi, Famke Janssen, Piper Laurie, whom I'm respectfully am dedicating this video in her memory since we recently lost her this past October on October 14th, Bebe Neuwirth, Robert Patrick, Usher Raymond, Jon Stewart, and Elijah Wood. The film was released on Christmas Day, 1998, but I'm reviewing it early since I really don't want to review any films on Christmas Day or what have you. Well, maybe not until maybe late, until after that, so that's where I can give everybody a chance to spend some time with their family and friends. The film did alright and what have you against its $15 million budget. It has developed a cult following, with some critics knowing it as underrated in Mr. Rodriguez's catalog. One evening at Harrington High School in Ohio, teachers and Principal Drake leave after discussing the school's budget. When Drake returns to retrieve her keys, she is attacked by the school's football coach, Joe Willis. Drama teacher Mrs. Olsen emotionally stabs Drake with scissors as she flees the school. The following morning, the students arrive, including Casey Connor, the dedicated but perpetually harassed photographer for the school newspaper. Casey is the unappreciated assistant, spiteful Delilah Prophet, the paper's editor-in-chief and head cheerleader. Delilah's mistreated boyfriend, Stan Rosado, is contemplating quitting the football team to pursue academics. Zeke Tyler is an intelligent yet rebellious student repeating his senior year. Zeke sells, among other illegal items, a powdery ecstasy-like drug he distributes hidden in ballpoint pens. He is confronted by teacher Elizabeth Burke, who expresses concern for him over his illegal activities. Naive transfer student Mary Beth Louise Hutchinson befriends self-styled outcast Stokely Mitchell, who has deliberately spread rumors that she is a lesbian, though she has a crush on Stan. Mary Beth develops a crush on Zeke, which is reciprocated. Casey finds a strange creature on the football field and takes it to science teacher Mr. Furlong, who believes it is a new species of cephalopod-specific parasite called a mesozoan. Delilah and Casey hide in the teacher's lounge to find the story. They witness Coach Willis and Miss Olsen forcing one of the parasites into the ear of the school nurse. They also find the body of another teacher, Mrs. Brummel. Casey and Delilah flee, and Casey calls the police, but her claims are dismissed. The next day, Casey tells Delilah Stan Stokely he believes the teachers are being controlled by aliens. After Zeke and Mary Beth tease them about their theory, Mr. Furlong attempts to infect them. Zeke injects his homemade drugs into Furlong's eye, killing him. Zeke takes the five to his house, where he experiments on a specimen retrieved by Casey. He discovers it needs water to survive and can be killed by his drug, revealed to actually be raw powdered caffeine, as caffeine acts to dehydrate the user, and the aliens are hypersensitive to hydration of both themselves and their host. Zeke makes everyone take his drug to prove they are uninfected. Delilah is revealed as infected, and she destroys Zeke's lab and most of his drug supply before escaping. Acting on Stokely's speculation that killing the alien queen will revert everyone to normal, the group returns to the school where their football team is playing and infecting opposing players. Believing Principal Drake to be the queen, they isolate her in the gym and fatally shoot her. Stan confronts the coach and team to see if their plan worked, but becomes infected himself. Zeke and Casey retrieve more of Zeke's drugs from his car. Casey leads infected students away from Zeke, who encounters Miss Burke in the parking lot and incapacitates her. Alright, now for the ending. As always, you know the procedure. You have 5 seconds to stop this video. Go to the description box below and fast forward to the time below. If you've seen the movie already, please continue. Here we go. Okay, you've been warned. At the gym, Mary Beth reveals herself to be the alien queen. Earlier on, she faked taking the drug. Casey and Stokely flee to the swimming pool where Stokely is injured and becomes infected. Zeke and Casey hide in the locker room where Mary Beth reverts to her human disguise. She explains she has taken over Earth because her planet is dying. Mary Beth transforms back into her true form and hurls Zeke across the room into the lockers, knocking him out. Casey seizes the drugs and traps the queen behind retracting bleachers. He stabs the drug into the queen's eye, and Casey returns to the locker room and finds Stokely and Zeke alive. 1 month later, everyone returned to normal. Stan and Stokely, who has shed her goth girl image, are now dating. Zeke has taken Stan's place on the football team while Miss Burke affectionately watches him practice. Delilah, no longer vindictive, is now dating Casey, who is considered a local hero, as various news media reveal the attempted alien invasion is now public knowledge, even as the FBI denies it. End of story. So what did I think of the faculty? Well, well, I'm going to say this is a guilty pleasure. I've seen this a few times in YView. I first remember seeing this, ran this on pay-per-view long ago when I had satellite. And well, after watch, I have revisited a few times, sometimes on Showtime when I had free previews, and recently on some streaming services, including Tubi and even YouTube if they have it free with ads. I do agree with critics knowing it as an underrated film in Robert Rodriguez's catalog of flicks. But even so, I will say it was fine and what have you. Eventually went on to make $40.3 million here in the US, where it did a little more, just a little bit overseas. So overall, it made $63 million worldwide. Now, its debut was $11 million below commercial expectations, has been partly credited to the studio's decision to release this on Christmas Day, a time when audiences are likelier to watch traditional dramas or feel-good fare. In retrospect, Jordanna Brewster said, "It was sort of the inverse of Fast and Furious, right? So with the Fast and the Furious, I was like, this is a small movie about cars. It's a really fun summer project. With the faculty, it was like, you guys, this is going to be huge. Look at all these successes around that's like She's All That and Scream." And then it turned out it wasn't so huge. We thought it was going to be massive, but it was a cult classic, so that's really cool. Definitely. Rotten Tomatoes has this at 56%, saying that this is a ripoff of other sci-fi thrillers. Anyway, positive reviews at the time praised Kevin Williams' self-aware script and trademark meta humor, and included references to iconic sci-fi films. Variety said the film worked hard at mixing a canny cocktail of cineastic in-jokes, affectionate teen-ploitation, and high-octane suspense that's as enjoyable as it is impossible to take seriously. The reviewer for Variety added that Williamson and Rodriguez combined to make a complete lack of socially redeeming values seem so much fun that the film might well become a cult classic. Definitely. Another review for the little thing called Salon called the film subversive, and it's honest, good. It said its honest, good-natured junkiness feels like a relief, and appreciate the film's homages to genre movies like Carrie, which Piper Laurie was in, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, and Blue Velvet, while also citing the character of Stokely as a standout amongst the teen archetypes. Excuse me. Even so, I still think it was pretty good. But retrospectively, Rodriguez blamed the terrible title for the lukewarm box office reception. People have discovered it later and said, hey, it's a really good movie, but the title was whack. And various critics have written about this film's impact. Definitely. But anywho, I'd say this film was pretty good and what have you. It has pretty good suspense and what have you. It really kind of had me wondering what it was going to be like in the end. And it did. For our cast, we have Jordanna Brewster as Delilah. She was good. Clea DuVall played Stokely, and I think she was good. Laura Harris played Mary Beth Hutchinson. Good. Josh Hartnett, who had just recently done Halloween H2O 20 years later, that same year, also from Dimension, played Zeke. He was good. Sean Hatosi played Stan. Salma Hayek played Nurse Harper. Famke Janssen played Miss Burke. Piper Laurie played Mrs. Olsen. And there's others. Christopher McDonald, you know him, recently played Shira McGavin in Happy Gilmore, played Casey's dad. Bebe Neuwirth played Principal Drake. Yep. And Robert Patrick played Coach Willis. Usher Raymond, yep, as in the R&B star, who actually really just made it big on the scene after his album My Way became such a success. And he also appeared in She's All That, played the character Gabe. He was good. And Jon Stewart, who of course would go on to be, well, the later host of Comedy Central's The Daily Show. Well, played Mr. Furlong. Daniel Von Bargen played Mr. Tate, and Elijah Wood played Casey Connor. We even have some others, like John Abrahams, who would later go on to appear in Scary Movie and Meet the Parents later on. So anyway, the cast is pretty good. The story's fine, what have you. At least they had Marco Beltrami on board to do the score. Of course, he had recently worked on Scream. So, that was good. So anyway, with everything said, The Faculty, I feel like, is an underrated film and what have you. It has a pretty good story, a good score, some pretty good characters, and a good cast. So overall, would I recommend it? I'd say sure, go ahead. I think you'll like it. But if you're not satisfied, then it was worth a shot. But if you've seen The Faculty, let me know what you thought about it in the comment section below. If you liked the video, click the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Join me next time when I bring to you a review of another film that came out on Christmas Day, but I'm celebrating its anniversary early. And that'll be Clint Eastwood's second take on Dirty Harry in Magnum Force. So I hope you liked my review of The Faculty, and if you did, check out my reviews for these other films. In the upper left-hand corner is my review of the start of a franchise that Jordanna Brewster took part of, and that was The Fast and the Furious that came out 3 years later in 2001. Go to the upper right-hand corner and see my re-review of Halloween H2O, Josh Hartnett's first film. Or if you would like maybe something else, maybe someone Elijah Wood, go to the bottom left-hand corner and see my review of one of his earlier films before this, and that was The Good Son, with Macaulay Culkin as well. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thank you for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.